probably a good call.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you want to roll for them? Should I?
I mean, we might as well do it official.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I'll have you each do one. I'll let you guys choose who does the players and who does the NPCs.
Yeah, Brian, you want to roll for us or them?
I'm gonna roll for us because I don't want to. I don't want to kill the NPCs. Okay. Shit.
So you see that guy shows up and swings at you, and it scrapes across your armor as you cast your spell.
Go mithril breastplate, bitch.
Let's get this battle underway. We're going down. Get down, get down. Jungle boogie.
And as I'm doing it, I hold Tango out on one hand, and I just think to him, or I say in Dinosaur, like King of the World, as we like, and then I like get off like nothing happened.
That's funny. Nick's chuckling at it. Nick probably makes some sort of like, this isn't Titanic. Paint me like one of your French girls, Matt. For generations, the town of Sandpoint stood as a beacon along the Virlych coast, a place of trade, of community, heroes, and resilience. But Sandpoint was no stranger to hardship. It's endured goblin raids, Chelish invasion. It survived threats rising from ancient Thassalon. It's faced devastation from flood and tsunami. Time and time again, Sandpoint endured. Until now. Because this time, Sandpoint did not survive. It did not fall. It was not destroyed. It was not conquered. It simply vanished, leaving behind nothing but strange basalt flats. Gone from the face of the earth, leaving questions, rumors, and a growing sense of unease across all of Virlych.
He just side-eyes you and looks at Arabella and says, of all the places you wanted to fucking teleport us, you brought us right in front of the king's nose.
Yeah, because I have to warn the fucking king. So you should probably leave. Go slink off into your little hole. And maybe warn your people.
He looks like he's about to punch you.
There is a 1,000-year-old dragon burning down a city with over 100 giants right now. I don't have time.
Remember, the only reason that any of that worked back there is because of me.
Yeah. Do you want a prize?
I am sorry, I am trying to be helping, but...
What happened to Trinia?
She just disappeared.
We lost the kid.
I am not understanding. She just got hit by one of those raisins. She disappeared. She is gone.
And Arabella said I turned to stone?
You were a statue. Must come back.
You know what? I just give him a hug. A big jockey hug.
Okay.
This is not the time!
It is Toivo's turn. Toivo appears, closes his eyes as you explain what's going on, turns its head to look at, or to its head so it's facing the Hound of Tyndalos. So Matt and Brian, you hear the cat just growl real low and dangerous. Nick, you hear meow meow, I can smell you, meow meow meow. Roll your attacks, please.
Doesn't look like
only
it on our
has-
side.
He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that prepared. He is going to. Oh, he's gonna unload one of his most powerful spells at all of you.
Fuck.
Magic missile.
Kill.
So Brianna took part in a nightmare ritual as a child.
Yes.
You feel one of them being activated in the museum.
Okay.
Brianna, I'd like you to make a concentration check to maintain your casting of the spell.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I will treat this as violent motion because this is violent to your emotions.
And I apologize. Remind me again what I'm rolling. Is my
Your
charisma ability modifier, or is
This is a concentration check.
Somebody redeem a complication quick.
my
So it's a
apologies?
Has redeemed
Yes!
a complication.
It is a d20 plus your caster level plus your ability modifier.
Thank you.
You can read that there is a contemplation about the others in the room and their responses, regardless of what his answer is.
As in, he's concerned about what his response will be because of the people in the room.
Yes.
I kill everybody else in the room.
All right, Majenko flies over. Love Racer, I've got you.
Can he do a flyby heal?
Sure.
Get out! Get out! No!
Sure, he'll go right there.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the hope in case there's a bad roll. We're all together.
Yes, it's probably a good call.
Mm-hmm.
All right, do you want to roll for them? Should I actually?
I mean, we might as well do it official.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah,
I
I'll have
can't
you
roll.
each do one. I'll let you guys choose who does the players and who does the NPCs.
Yeah, Brian, you want to roll for us or them?
I'm gonna roll for us because I don't want to. I don't want to kill the NPCs. Okay. Shit.
So you see that guy shows up and swings at you, and it scrapes across your armor as you cast your spell.
Go. Mithril breastplate, bitch.
Let's get this battle underway. We're going down. Get down, get down. Biddle-lip. Jungle boogie.
And as I'm doing it, I hold Tango out on one hand, and I just think to him, or I say in Dinosaur, like King of the World, as we like, and then I like get off like nothing happened.
That's funny. Nick's chuckling at it. Nick probably makes some sort of like, this isn't Titanic. Paint me like one of your French girls, Matt. For generations, the town of Sandpoint stood as a beacon along the Virlych coast, a place of trade, of community, heroes, and resilience. But Sandpoint was no stranger to hardship. It's endured goblin raids, Chelish invasion. It survived threats rising from ancient Thassalon. It's faced devastation from flood and tsunami. Time and time again, Sandpoint endured. Until now. Because this time, Sandpoint did not survive. It did not fall. It was not destroyed. It was not conquered. It simply vanished, leaving behind nothing but strange basalt flats. Gone from the face of the earth, leaving questions, rumors, and a growing sense of unease across all of Varizia.
He just side eyes you and looks at Arabella and says, "Of all the places you wanted to fucking teleport us, you brought us right in front of the king's nose."
Yeah, because I have to warn the fucking king. So you should probably leave. Go slink off into your little hole. And maybe warn your people.
He looks like he's about to punch you.
There is a 1,000-year-old dragon burning down a city with over 100 giants right now. I don't have time.
Remember, the only reason that any of that worked back there is because of me.
Yeah. Do you want a prize?
I am sorry, I am trying to be helping, but
What happened to Trinia?
she just disappeared.
I did.
We lost the kid.
I am not understanding. She just got hit by one of those raisins. She disappeared. She is gone.
And Arabella said I turned to stone?
You were a statue. Welcome back.
You know what? I just give him a hug. A big chalky hug.
Okay.
This is not the time.
It is Toivo's turn. Toivo appears, closes his eyes as you explain what's going on, turns its head to look at, or to its head so it's facing the Hound of Tyndalos. So Matt and Brian, you hear the cat just growl real low and dangerous. Nick, you hear meow meow, I can smell you, meow meow meow. Roll your attacks, please.
Doesn't look like it on our side.
He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that prepared. He is going to. Oh, he's gonna unload one of his most powerful spells at all of you.
Fuck.
Magic missile.
Kill.
So Brianna took part in a nightmare ritual as a child.
Yes.
You feel one of them being activated in the museum.
Okay.
Brianna, I'd like you to make a concentration check to maintain your casting of the spell.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I will treat this as violent motion because this is violent to your emotions.
And I apologize. Remind me again what I'm rolling. Is my
Your
charisma ability modifier, or is
This is a concentration check.
Somebody redeem a complication quick.
my
So it's a
apologies?
Has redeemed
Yes!
a complication.
It is a d20 plus your caster level plus your ability modifier.
Thank you.
You can read that there is a contemplation about the others in the room and their responses, regardless of what his answer is.
As in, he's concerned about what their his response will be because of the people in the room.
Yes.
I kill everybody else in the room.
All right, Majenko flies over. Lumbracer, I've got you!
Can he do a flyby heal?
Sure.
Get out! Get out! No!
Sure, he'll go right there.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the hope in case we get there's a bad roll. We're all together.
Yes, it's probably a good call.
Mm-hmm.
All right, do you want to roll for them? Should I? I should.
I mean, we might as well do it official.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I'll have you each do one. I'll let you guys choose who does the players and who does the NPCs.
Yeah, Brian, you want to roll for us or them?
I'm gonna roll for us because I don't want to. I don't want to kill the NPCs. Okay. Shit.
So you see that guy shows up and swings at you, and it scrapes across your armor as you cast your spell.
Go. Mithril breastplate, bitch.
Let's get this battle underway. We're going down. Get down, get down. Biddle-lip. Jungle boogie.
And as I'm doing it, I hold Tango out on one hand, and I just think to him, or I say in Dinosaur, like King of the World, as we like, and then I like get off like nothing happened.
That's funny. Nick's chuckling at it. Nick probably makes some sort of like, this isn't Titanic. Hit me like one of your French girls, Matt. For generations, the town of Sandpoint stood as a beacon along the Virlych coast, a place of trade, of community, heroes, and resilience. But Sandpoint was no stranger to hardship. It's endured goblin raids, Chelish invasion. It survived threats rising from ancient Thassalon. It's faced devastation from flood and tsunami. Time and time again, Sandpoint endured. Until now. Because this time, Sandpoint did not survive. It did not fall. It was not destroyed. It was not conquered. It simply vanished, leaving behind nothing but strange basalt flats. Gone from the face of the earth, leaving questions, rumors, and a growing sense of unease across all of Verizia.
He just side-eyes you and looks at Arabella and says, of all the places you wanted to fucking teleport us, you brought us right in front of the king's nose.
Yeah, because I have to warn the fucking king. So you should probably leave. Go slink off into your little hole. And maybe warn your people.
He looks like he's about to punch you.
There is a 1,000-year-old dragon burning down a city with over 100 giants right now. I don't have time.
Remember, the only reason that any of that worked back there is because of me.
Yeah. Do you want a prize?
I am sorry, I am trying to be helping, but...
What happened to Trinia?
She just disappeared.
I did...
We lost the kid.
I am not understanding. She just got hit by one of those raisins. She disappeared. She is gone.
And Arabella said I turned to stone?
You were a statue. Must come back.
You know what? I just give him a hug. A big jockey hug.
Okay.
This is not the time!
It is Toivo's turn. Toivo appears, closes his eyes as you explain what's going on, turns its head to look at, or to its head so it's facing the Hound of Tyndalos. So Matt and Brian, you hear the cat just growl real low and dangerous. Nick, you hear meow meow, I can smell you, meow meow meow. Roll your attacks, please.
Doesn't look like it on our side.
He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that prepared. he is going to. He's going to unload one of his most powerful spells at all of you.
Fuck.
Magic missile.
Kill.
So Brianna took part in a nightmare ritual as a child.
Yes.
You feel one of them being activated in the museum.
Okay.
Brianna, I'd like you to make a concentration check to maintain your casting of the spell.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I will treat this as violent motion because this is violent to your emotions.
And I apologize. Remind me again what I'm rolling. Is my
Your
charisma ability modifier, or is
this is a concentration check.
Somebody redeem a complication quick.
my
So it's a
apologies?
Has redeemed
Yes!
a complication.
Across the stars, through time and space, we wake again in a different place. Memories flicker, a life untold. Stories rewritten, but never grown old. We carry the echoes of battles before. Blades in our hands, but fate keeps the score. Who pulls the strings? Who holds the key? The gods are watching the old school three. We're lost in the echoes, caught in the tide. Worlds keep on shifting, but we're still inside. Three brave and lost heroes, torn in two, fighting for answers they never knew. Rift wardens whisper, the black fire burns. Prophecies written in lessons unlearned. Mythic born power from lives we once led. But why do we rise when we should be dead? We dance in the shadows, fate calls our name. Three gods are playing their infinite game. Who holds the strings? Who holds the key? The gods are watching the old school three. We're lost in the echoes, caught in the tide. Worlds keep on shifting, but we're still inside. Three brave and lost heroes, torn in two, fighting for answers they never knew. We've seen these faces, we've walked these roads, but time resets and the cycle goes. Are we the players, or are we the pawns? Trapped in the story, but still moving on. We're lost in the echoes, caught in the tide. Bound to the wheel, but we stand with pride. Three brave and lost heroes, torn in two. We'll break the cycle, or see it renewed.
Whoa, we are live! Welcome on in, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the Old School 3 campaign. I saw Bentley was officially first. Bentley officially first. Welcome on in. Unofficially first. I gotta scroll down. Unofficially first is Redneck Jedi. Unofficially first. Not first. First to be not first was Brian, of course. Brian was the first to be not first. Should that be a new redeem? First to be not first. Of course, guys, anytime you see somebody in the chat pop up and they have a little link that shows up, that's a friend of ours who streams. Go and check him out. And it's automated. Automated. We do have the Pokemon community game running. We do have the Tangia dungeon running. You won't be able to hear the Tangia dungeon because it's quiet because we're role-playing, but it is there. While we are here, we also have all of the channel point things, and I'm going to click this little button, and it is going to make sure that you know that we have some tabletop or role-playing crowd control interactions, which are just our basic non-video game interactions. Although I was thinking about making some channel point, some crowd control interactions, but I just don't know what I would do for that, for the RPG. Of course, we have channel point redeems for the stream, for the game as well. You can give heals, you can give rerolls, you can give mythic points. You can give them redraws on their cards. Of course, that one is one that the players aren't allowed to redeem. And we have card draws from the fabled Fame and Fortune deck. Now, we have a handful, literally a pile of of Fame and Fortune cards sitting down here right now for the remainder of the 48 hours, which will probably go by pretty quickly, depending on what we do. Nick has Child of Ill Fortune. He's got bad luck. Nick also has to learn a new skill. I forgot about that. I get a proficiency. I don't know what proficiency to get, or if that would that constitute like a feat as well? Because I mean, it is a skill.
I would say it would make sense for it to be a feat, but I would say like a feat that didn't have like a level requirement.
Yeah. Something that's like a basic generic feat. That would be trainable.
True.
As well. Brian,
I am generous.
You are generous, but you also have a moment of being able to act against an emotional state that is against your thing. So if you're getting emotional or something happens, whether it's a role-playing effect or a statistical effect, like a fear effect, but you could also like, hey, this is really an emotional time, but I'm going to use that card to pretend to make a better decision instead of role-playing the situation out. This is a secret thing which will play out at some point here. And in the next town, this is going to sit for a while, because the next town after Kermaga that we're going to be staying permanently at, depending on what you guys do, this card format may either sit around a little bit longer, or it might be very short-lived. So we'll see how that turns out. Those are our cards. That is all the cards. Those are all public knowledge cards. Oh yeah, and Brian is giving away his life for the remainder of the day. And I think that should end on this session as well. This session of the tabletop RPG. Of course, we also have our characters have little tiny NPCs. In this campaign, this is a campaign where we are all playing ourselves, who have knowledge and history of every other time in the past ever that we've lived and played ourselves. Whether it's a character where we've played in a different universe, Galarian, we have the memories of everything that happened there and who we interacted with, or whether it's something we did a million years ago in a GURPS system where we played ourselves, which I think was only me playing myself in the GURPS system. I don't think Matt was only playing one character at that point in time. Or whether we're doing like old school 2nd edition D&D, 3rd edition D&D, Deadlands, Mutants and Masterminds, or whatever we played as versions of ourselves. Dragon Age, World of Darkness, all of those, they count. With that being said, I'm going to give a little recappy cap as to what has happened last time on the Old School 3, and then after that, the players will get a chance to throw in any extra information that is important to the story, important to the story. So let me get down to the beginning of this little section. The battle for the soul of an Iomedae paladin turned vampire had begun. Trapped behind a reinforced door within the Abbey of St. Lymen, now the winery of Countess Califazo, the old school three prepared themselves for what might be their most delicate encounter yet. The question before them was as dangerous as any foe they had faced. How do you subdue a holy warrior consumed by undeath without forcing him to break his sacred oaths? And even if they succeeded, would the cure they had risked so much to gain even work, and how would they get him to take it? Matt and Toivo, the cat, braced the door shut, holding back relentless pounding from within, while Nick gave strict instructions under no circumstances was the cat to kill the vampire or hurt him. Brian smoothed things over with the guards by paying them off and convincing them to go ahead and head upstairs. We got this. Reminding them that this was beyond their pay grade and it's best left to those with the Countess's trust. And, of course, the money pays for their pay grade. With the guards gone, the old through school three and Oak, the cleric, steadied themselves. Through shared language, magic, Matt instructed Toivo to release the door with him, and together they let go. The door burst open and the enraged vampire surged forward, expecting to see guards, but instead found Matt. In that brief moment, recognition flickered as the man within struggled against the darkness. Matt, seizing the moment, immediately channeled the power of Iomedae to strengthen the paladin's resolve. Not an overt effect, a visual effect, to feel the power of Iomedae flowing through him. Nick, of course, saw this and decided to step in and cast a protection from evil. He took a strike from the vampire in the process, but did complete the spell, bathing the vampire paladin in that holy protection. The vampire then was able to resist. He hesitated. The violence slowed and didn't actually really ever start. Matt dropped his sword and revealed the cure, and with mythic speed, was able to bring it to the paladin's lips. Halloran resisted, but not completely, and eventually the potion took hold. At the same time, Toivo then pinned the vampire to the ground without killing him. Halloran attempted to turn to mist and escape, but as he did, he violently was forced back into physical form, screaming as the cure began separating what was human from what was vampire. Built with the Sun Orchid elixir, and completed through Dalabor's alchemical mastery, the formula tore through the undead essence with brutal precision. Matt could only observe, unsure if interfering would help or hurt the process. So instead, he chose to pray. Matt knelt to Iomedae, and Oak joined him. Brian turned his song into a prayer to Cade and Kalian. Nick even bowed his head. The transformation was horrific. Flesh melted away, leaving only pale bone, as the essence of vampirism was ripped free and destroyed in divine light. Then came the second miracle. The alchemical restoration of life took hold. Bones shifted, color returned, flesh regrew, and the body rebuilt itself, piece by piece. Matt watched as the battered Iomedaean breastplate and holy symbol remained, even as the man beneath them was remade. Then, after a long suspect moment, the body drew breath. Halloran opened his eyes, alive, healed, and free. They helped him to his feet, but one final test remained. Halloran insisted on stepping into the sunlight. As he emerged, the light washed over him without harm. No burning, no ash, only warmth. His armor shimmered, transformed into meteoric silver. Strong as mithril and able to overcome the defenses as if silver and cold iron. Even his holy symbol had changed. The cure had worked. The paladin was no longer a creature of undeath. He also had gained a mythic trial. But Chad redeems mythic point / inspiration. I can't see it. For the GM. All right. Sunstrider, thank you for that.
Sunstrider.
Yes. The miracle did not end there, however. Those who had been sent upstairs, the guards and workers within the winery, they witnessed something none of them would ever forget. As the ritual below reached its climax, the abbey was filled with radiant light. A holy choir of angelic voices echoed throughout the halls, as celestials actually did begin to appear. Their presence was undeniable. The site itself had become blessed, yet again, more powerful now than ever. Word would spread quickly that this was no ordinary event. Of course, this was the first true cure for vampirism ever in history. A moment that drew the attention of the divine. Iomedae watched with interest bound to both the paladin and her sanctity of the abbey. Caden Kalian's presence was felt through the triumph of a mortal fighting for freedom. For freedom from an unnatural curse. Gosray took notice of the defiance against something deeply unnatural. Pharasma's influence was undeniable, her hatred for undead aligning with what had been accomplished. Even Norgorber and the others beyond turned their gaze to everyone in this moment. The Pantheons, for a brief moment, all together, watched. And those who were upstairs, they bore witness to all of it. Afterward, the group returned to Caliphas, Brian delivering their findings to the Phrasmans, ensuring the knowledge of a cure would be preserved. Matt visited the Dawngrace Memorial and later assisted Oak and Halloran, where they discovered something unexpected. Halloran had gained the transcendental essence, the paracausal spark, if you will, aka the mythic trial. He had become mythic. Discussions turned towards restoring the Abbey and to the Iomedaean Church. And it was at this time that Brian and Nick finally called out Matt's growing interest in the Countess Califazo, which now seemed to be something more than just simple admiration. That evening reunited with their Heartland warrior companions. In a suite prepared for them, the old school three shared food, drink, and plans by a firelight. Artis was discussed as possibly their next destination, and after recent events, teleportation was off the table. Then a voice broke the moment. Virlych, you should go to Virlych, and gain the wedding attendance of the Count of the Amans. Startled, they turned to find Duodin, the spy master of the Prince of Ustalav, seated calmly in a chair that they had not even noticed. I have knowledge that the Count Lucian Galdana has gone missing and been kidnapped. If you save him, I'm certain you will be the ones that he will listen to, and he will gladly come to the wedding. You find out he was kidnapped by the cult of the Whispering Way, he says, who, as I recall, are worshippers of Tar Bafan. He then made his offer. While this is more than likely than enough to convince you to go, I will grant you a very specific favor. I will obtain for you, from the Countess, the Winerly, formerly the Abbey of Iomedae, and have it and its workers transferred to the Iomedaean Church on your behalf. Of course, there was a brief discussion and the party agreed, and it was at this time that Duodin handed them the deed, already signed off by him, the government, and the Countess, and already transferred to the church under Oak's trust. I will leave you the dossier of your task ahead in the morning. I have other matters to attend. And with that, the evening concluded, and the path forward was set. Did I miss anything, or was there anything that should be added?
I think that pretty well covered it.
Other than, specific details of the melting of the vampire.
No, I think that's good.
All right. That being said, I will close that down, and I will mark down one Game Master Mythic Point. One Game Master Mythic Point from Sunstrider, because I am all out at this point. Blame the dice! Oh, because you rolled a 20. He rolled a 20 on the thing. By the way, guys, if you didn't know, I did fix the die 20 roller in the chat. It now works again, and it actually won't include 0 anymore as a result. You can 1 through 20 and actually get a 1 through 20, which will be great for Tiny Tales when we have guest game masters, because I will be able to let them roll for guest game masters in the future Tiny Tales. So, Didin did say that he would leave a dossier with you all in the morning. Now, I'm going to tell you that the dossier is going to be about this thick, and I am going to give you some of the highlights. You are free to ask questions. I am going to say that throughout the course of the upcoming adventure, if there are questions, I will, if you have questions about the situation that you may or may not have known, or something comes up, you guys can refer to the dossier on whether or not it has information. And I will update that. And sometimes I will say, hey, do you want to check the dossier? Sometimes I'll prompt it as well. Just because the dossier is the effects and the research and the knowledge of 5 or 6 different adventuring groups all rolled into one, plus what the spy master has. So there's a lot of stuff there. A lot of it's just like garbage. Like, yeah, we fought this thing on this day in this location, inconsequential. But then maybe later you'll find out, oh, this was in the dossier. This one little piece that we like, it was useless to us then. Now we understand what that means. I will also give you some stuff ahead of time. Some of it is useful. Some of it is not. So, yes.
What?
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Knowing that we're going after a group of Tarbahan, Whispering Tyrant people.
Yes.
I want to change my mind on keeping Shea. I don't think bringing a child into a den of cultists of the Whispering Tyrant is a very good move.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
And you guys are at a new section, so this is a good moment where you guys can reset those things. And it will just be a moment of like, they're in town, you're not in town, sort of whatever. I kind of said that would be the case in between sections of the overall wedding regroup story, that would be a chance. So now is the time. Whether or not you guys want a storyline that you went to the town that they're based out of, or whether the count of Versex, the future father-in-law, they're with him or whatnot, is up to you guys.
I think having them just happenstance be here in town with the count might be the easiest.
Okay.
Because we have to go like up to Ams versus going all the way back to Carrion Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Apparently I need to add a file. I know, I need to add a couple files here. We'll add that file, which I forgot about. No, can be edited by. Stupid game. In journals. And I'll share them as well here for you guys.
Professor's journals. Nice.
You should have multiple items as well. There shouldn't just be the professor's journals. You guys should have a handful now.
Yep. I see more being added.
So there should be 4 items that you have that are new. We are first going to start with the mission field dossier.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, this is the first part of the main dossier that you guys are handed from some clueless kid that was a runner that was sent to give you the notes. I will let you guys choose who wants to read it.
I can.
All right.
Field dossier. Objective. Count Lucy Lucinian Galdana. Count Lucinian Galdana of Amon has been abducted by operatives of the Whispering Way. He is confirmed alive and being transported through the Virlych region, hope I'm pronouncing that right, towards the ruined monastery known as Wren Church. The Count is not believed to be held for ransom. Intelligence indicates he's being prepared for a necromantic ritual involving transformation or undeath-related procedures. Recovery is time-sensitive. The longer the delay, the lower the chance of successful extraction. Incident summary. The Count was taken during a controlled noble hunting expedition involving dangerous wildlife. Evidence suggests the Whispering Way manipulated conditions during the hunt to separate him from his escort. Once isolated, he was removed from the area during a brief window of vulnerability. Immediately after capture, magical suppression methods were used to prevent tracking or magical detection. Pardon me. Known threat, Whispering Way. The Whispering Way is an ancient necromantic organization operating within Ustalav and select neighboring regions, classified as a covert occult network with confirmed necromantic activity. Confirmed intelligence indicates it's composed primarily of necromancers and intelligent undead. There's no formal hierarchy identified. Coordination occurs through decentralized cells and embedded agents. Lovely. And then, let's see here. Membership is lifelong. Defection is rare and typically results in death or rapid failure. Communication is primarily oral or indirect. Let's see here. Operatives frequently maintain long-term false identities within civilian and academic institutions. Undead intermediaries are used for communication, transport, and task execution. That's what I meant to say.
You're halfway through.
Whispering Way activity has been directly linked to necromantic experimentation and ritual preparation, relocation and containment of living subjects for arcane procedures, occupation or reuse of abandoned or remote structures for operational purposes, increased presence in historically significant or ruinous sites within Virlych.
You can tag out too if you want.
Matt, you want to take over?
Yeah, what part are you at?
Ideological
basis and origin.
Okay.
I tried to make it so it seemed like it was like government paperwork that was handed to you.
Yeah, I'm running dark mode, so it's black on black, so I gotta highlight each section to make it appear.
Oh!
So, yeah, I sent you an image of what that looks like in the chat if you want to see the terror that I'm dealing with right now. Ideological basis and origin. Whispering Way doctrine is derived from teachings associated with Tarbahan, an ancient necromancer and Lich King defeated during the Shining Crusade, imprisoned beneath Gallowspire in western Ustalav. Confirmed beliefs include undeath is a superior and stable form of existence. Mortality is a limitation to be overcome.
Raid! Give a pause for a raid from Chibi Corgi! Welcome on in, Chibi! How was your stream? Guys, go check out Chibi. There's a little linky link right there. Go ahead and check them out. Go and hang out. Thank you so much for the raid. We're doing some tabletop role-playing. The party was handed a dossier, and they are currently reading through the dossier, and it is very government. Got a very government feel, which was very intentional, and kind of like pseudo-boring, but also has good information in it. I think I'm providing some good information here. So welcome on in. It was an awesome chill stream. I played a really cute game. That's awesome. I had you up in the background, and then I had to reboot my computer to get ready for stream today. So I don't even know who I've got, if I've got anyone up right now. I don't think I have anyone up. But thank you so much for the raid. You could have got anywhere. You could have got anywhere. Welcome in, guys. Wednesdays is tabletop role-playing day. If you like D&D, Pathfinder, Star Wars, Call of Cthulhu, any tabletop role-playing, we do that pretty much every Wednesday right here. We have a different game pretty much every week on a 1 month rotation. So we have the Old School 3, we have Tiny Tales, we have Claimor's Conquest, and soon, the return, Season 2 of Stolen Souls coming up as well. So that happens every Wednesday. So come and join us. Had to come into the D&D stream. Love me some D&D. Yes, come in. Come and join. I am currently the Game Master, but I am not always the Game Master. Sometimes Matt's the Game Master. Sometimes Brian's the Game Master. Sometimes our friend Rachel is the Game Master. Sometimes we have special guests come in and Game Master. So welcome on in and hang out and enjoy. And if you have questions, there are channel point interactions. You can interact and give things or take things away to the players. And of course, all of our sounds are turned on as well. So welcome on in. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you coming on in. And I'm going to let Matt continue with reading this dossier. He was talking about confirmed beliefs of the Whispering Way cult.
Confirmed beliefs include undeath is a superior and stable form of existence. Mortality is a limitation to be overcome. Lichdom is the highest obtainable form of undeath. His name and legacy are consistently referenced in recovered Whispering Way material. No confirmed direct communication between Tarbahan and active operational cells has been established. Region, Virlych. Virlych is a hostile wasteland on the western border of Ustalav. Conditions in the region are extremely dangerous. Frequent undead and corrupted creatures, violent and unpredictable weather, scarce food, shelter, and resources, unstable mountain terrain, and deep valleys. The land itself is considered hazardous to long-term survival. 1 second. Magical travel warning. Ancient magical interference affects the region. Long-distance teleportation is unreliable and often redirected into unknown locations within Virlych. Travel through magical means may result in arrival at unintended and dangerous sites. Primary location, Wrenchurch. Wrenchurch is a ruined monastery located within Virlych. Intelligence suggests it is currently being used by the Whispering Way. It may serve as a staging ground for ritual activity. It is likely heavily guarded or inhabited by hostile forces. The Count is believed to be held here prior to the completion of the ritual process. Mission summary. Phase 1. Enter Virlych and track Whispering Way movement. Phase 2. Navigate hazardous terrain and environmental threats. Phase 3. Locate and infiltrate Wrenchurch. Phase 4. Exact Count Lucian Galdana before ritual completion. If extraction is not possible, disruption of the ritual is a secondary objective. Final note. Previous operations in Virlych have resulted in multiple failures and missing personnel. Proceed with caution.
Did I feel like a government handout? Hopefully.
Yep.
Hopefully. Okay.
Very much so.
You also have a pile of paperwork, but something that stands out to you guys is this note. I don't know if it showed to you guys.
It does. Yep. I can read it. And it is my understanding that you are responsible for my release from Servage's custody, and for that you have my undying thanks. I now make haste to return to my home, but there is one final piece of business I must attend to. As promised, I will tell you what I know of the Whispering Way and their plans. I leave it up to you to decide your next step. Upon further study of the sample of the elixir the Whispering Way gave me, it appears my theory that Prince or
Ordranti
is the cult's target was ill-founded. Instead, I've determined that the concoction is meant for someone else, Count Lucien Galdana of Almas. Judging by the components used in the elixir's creation, the cult doesn't just plan on transforming Galdana into a lich, however. Rather, it seems they intend to remake him into the most powerful lich this world has ever known, some sort of vessel for the Whispering Tyrant himself. I desire no part in such ill-conceived goals and urge you to find Count Galdana before they do. At this point, I am convinced that the Whispering Way has fled to their greatest stronghold, the fortress monastery of Renchurch, in the haunted highlands of Virlych's Hungry Mountains, ready to enact the final phase of their plans. Should you decide to venture there in search of them, I wish you good fortune. Sincerely yours, Ramuska Arkaminos.
Lovely.
Yes. Now, do you guys recognize the name of this? Any of the names?
Vaguely, but I can't.
So Prince Odranti.
Yep, I get
He is
the
the
Ramuska, the Arkaminos.
Ramuska
Sounds
Arkaminos. He
But
may
I
just
don't
be
know.
in your notes. You've heard that name before, very recently.
Yeah.
Anyone watching the stream that used to watch the Curse of the Crimson Throne campaign may also recognize the name.
Is he the guy that the Count was like the Count's buddy?
He is the Count's right-hand man and the one who created the Blood Veil.
Okay. That's where it came in.
And so very interesting that you guys were just talking about alchemical creations of transforming undead, and his name yet again shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, paging through the notes, you also see a receipt, a copy of a receipt, which I didn't put in the notes. That is kind of folded and behind that note, and it is a receipt of hire from the Countess Califazo for Ramoska Arkaminos that predates when she hired the witches, but only by like a few weeks.
Interesting.
Yes.
And do we know who gave this to do it in?
No, all of this is just from different cells,
Okay.
adventurers, or whatnot. Now the professor's journals, you guys can read that whenever you want. They may or may not have some tie into what happens later down the road.
Okay.
I have one more note. That is not the note I'm missing. That one, that one, that one. I have one more handout for you guys that I missed. Let me see if I can find it. Ah, there it is. There it is. I'll add it. I knew I missed one. One more. Let me know if that showed up for you guys.
Yes. Dark Rider's
Yes.
letter.
The Dark Rider's letter. It says, Necrophagous secrets whisper. Through chronicles of Raven's tongue, these words no doubt familiar to you, are your next task. Take the Siege effigy to, I think it's GL, GK, GL, in Ilmarsh. He will exchange it for the legendary mace. When the item is in your possession, join your partner in Caliphas, and the Carrion Crown can finally be completed. For the glory of the Whisperer. Signed, AA. Now, you guys have been to Ilmarsh. You know Ilmarsh to be that fucking creepy town with the wide-mouthed humans and the big buggy eyes and the pale green skin.
Yeah.
You've been there. This letter went to somebody there.
Okay.
Crap.
Well, I think that is something to maybe look into after. I mean,
well, and chances are it's already being that's already being looked into. Otherwise, they because the Spy Master has all this information. So most of this is just to kind of help you with whatever you have to pop up coming up. All right. And the next handout is the other handout is the map, which you guys can pull up on. I just made it like that so you guys can use it at any point in time that you would like to use it. It's just a map that is this. So they have some of these things, but you can kind of see roughly where Renchurch is compared to Gallowspire and the Hungry Mountains. It gives you some other context. The other markings are inconsequential. Those are for me. But that gives you context when you look at the Ustalavic map as for roughly where Renchurch is for any kind of traveling purposes.
Yeah, do we know, is Renchurch, is it along the Witchgate Forest, or is it more in the mountains? AKA, is it better to take that fork off the Fieldhide River through the mountains to get there, or is it to skirt around the path up through the mountain foothills through the forest to get to Renchurch?
It's kind of right on that border. That's really all he gave you.
Okay.
Because, again, they don't really know exactly where it is. Not a lot is known. Everybody who's gone into Virlych hasn't come back.
So it's just somewhere up there.
Somewhere in that, it's in that area it's been confirmed.
That vicinity. Okay.
So, and you have a map of Ustalav, so you can see where Virlych is, because Virlych is on the Ustalav map.
Yeah.
Because it's on that far west-hand side. But that kind of just gives you an idea. It's like in that little 5 of the 25 there on the Ustalav map. Kind of in that little gaping hole area.
No, what would be great is if we had our fucking boat. Because then we could just travel along the fucking Path River on our boat that can hold horses in our wagon, and then get off at the end of the river and go up into the forest and then search for this stronghold. I mean, fucking A. We have a boat, and we haven't been able to use it, and this would be the perfect time.
I mean, you don't have the boat. The boat's
I mean,
out there
to be fair, we don't have the boat. The boat is not in our immediate possession at all.
You could call it to swing by.
Be
Oh.
I mean, it was a riverboat that took an ocean cruise. I feel like it's a Gilligan's Island episode just waiting to happen here if we tell them to then come further north.
Just pull it out of your boat pocket. Pull it out of your boat pocket, baby.
I need.
How would they ferry that up to Lake and Carthen? That's the question.
Right. So the question is, which path do you take? How do you get there? And what preparation do you do?
I think taking the river path and then going up the mountains, because it's assumed that it's on the western side of the mountain range.
Right.
At least from what they have. I think that's going to be better than climbing through the whole mountain peak east to west.
So take it up all the way up to the forest and then go through the forest to get there?
Yeah.
And that way you're not in Virlych at all until the very end?
I just think river travel is going to be faster than roads going through mountains, even if there are roads going
even if it's against the current.
Some of that border is last wall, but the closer we get up to Wren Church, I think some of that border is the Orc lands there.
It's Belkin.
Which I imagine we're not going to be too terribly popular.
It's Belkin because Belkin is the beer. That's Belkin.
I imagine we won't be too terribly popular there, being that we're not, orcs.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, like, even if we take the river to here.
Nick specifies, he's like, I can get us up to roughly the border of Virlych and County Caliphas within an hour, maybe 2.
Damn.
Where's County Caliph?
We're in it. Caliphas is where we're at. It's the southern.
Oh, you're saying you can get us from here to what border?
The Virlych border. Because we're in the city of Caliphas.
Yeah.
So I can get us across that. I can get you about 100 miles in about an hour in it. About an hour. Yeah. Hour and a half.
Damn.
I mean, that will help expedite things.
How many of us can you get?
All of us. Probably not the cat.
So like us 3, but not like our people.
I don't know if I'd want to bring the people with us.
I could get 5. I could bring 10.
I mean, if any of Riley's people have knowledge in mountaineering.
Chat redeems mythic point / inspiration. Wait, so 20 gives it to the GM and an 8 gives it to the GM. I like it. So anything between an 8 and a 20 goes to the GM. I'm liking this more and more.
I mean, or we could just do it with us 3 and the cat. I'm fine with that as well. I just don't want to bring.
The gnome's coming with. The gnome's coming with. The gnome even is sitting there, and the gnome, whose name escapes.
Because he's considered like a cohort, pretty much, right?
Quinston, yeah. Quinston goes, "Fuck! I fought Tree Razor. I'm not scared of Virlych." Let that sink in. Like, he says it off the cuff, but he totally believes it.
Okay.
And Andalek is like... Andalek's like, if I have a job to do, I have a job to do. I'm probably just going to keep Andalek. Like, he's a half-orc, but he's also a half-orc rogue that wields a fucking longsword. Oh, bastard sword. Bastard sword. How do you say it? I like bastard sword.
I'm not bringing Sheo.
No, I figured you wouldn't bring her.
Well, and to be fair, maybe having the blacksmith stay behind. I'm forgetting her name. I thought I had her here, but apparently I did not print her off like I thought I did. But maybe have her stay behind with your. Oh, there she is. Margath.
Well, if you leave them behind, you get to select other people to come with from the Heartland warriors that we met.
Yeah, are any of the Heartland warriors trained in like clerical stuff?
The priest.
I would like to take the priest.
All right. Yeah, basically I said that, like, other than Sandra's, and you wouldn't want Sandra's cohort anyhow, the woman, the tailor. Other than Sandra, the tailor, and Riley, like, you pretty much have the rest of the Heartland warriors available to you. Pretty much everybody that you met up there.
I mean, I know they have some experience with undead. I don't know. I guess I'll ask Margath. Like, not that I think you are incapable, but I know we tend to get into some heavy shit. And dealing with the whispered one there, and his little cronies is going to be pretty bad.
He's like, yeah, I'm a blacksmith. I'm a blacksmith and I'm gorgeous. I don't think being an undead in the undead city is going to be a big deal. Again, she's a half-orc. 1, 2, 3 are characters for GM, then the pattern repeats. Oh, okay, Sunstrider. I like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Pew, 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 pew. She goes, well, I don't know what she's like, I don't really know what the rules are, but I can maybe help you make decisions as to who would be a good idea. And the little girl nods and agrees.
Yeah, I'm just worried this one's going to be a bit more.
Yeah, the little girl is even like, she's tough, and she puts on a tough front, but she's also clearly like.
Yeah, no, I think maybe it's best if you two stay back on this one.
So who are, well, and Matt already said that the girl's not coming. He's picking the priest. So Brian, who are you going to have come along? Or what are you going to do to try and help decide who you're going to have come along? I'm giving you a little bit of an out because it's been a while since you've gone through all the characters to remember.
Yeah. Well, and something tells me this is going to be way more of a violent thing than a social thing, maybe. I don't know.
That's my thought as well.
Correct. Now, remember I said that in combat, they aren't in combat unless you designate that they're in combat. Otherwise, they're just doing the helps with rolls and stuff and watching over your camp and whatnot. Of course, if something happens in the travels or while you're camping, then, obviously there might be some wibble wobble there. But would you like them to help you figure out who to pick?
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea because I admit I don't remember the list. I mean, I
didn't give a specific list. It was like all the people that you met there, except for Sandra and her tailor, were on the list. But I didn't tell you that till afterwards. So,
right, but it's also been
I'm going to give you. What would you like to roll?
Well,
what do you think would make the most sense? Because that will help with the answer.
Well, the thing is I know that Riley's mercenary group had dealt with, because part of their history was dealing with the world wound stuff, but I feel also part of it was dealing with the undead and dealing with the Ustalav stuff too.
Correct. Yeah, there's a lot of Ustalavian stuff, a lot of abominations.
So I guess I would ask if we know of anyone in their group that's kind of a specialist maybe in dealing with undead.
I will let you roll a knowledge or religion.
Ooh. That's going to be...
You're going to get a +4. Now you will be limited to what you've asked for.
6.
5,
11. I could do if I...
or you could change what you're going to roll. And what you're looking for.
If I take a 10, I'll get a 21.
Okay. Is that what you're going to do?
I feel like this is a pretty important role, so I'm
keep in mind you have your character to help you as well. Is already there.
Right. I'm going to use my once a day thing to my lore master ability to take a 20, so that'll actually bump me up to a 31.
Nice.
Okay. So, the priest on the list, the actual priest, where are all of my companion pictures that I had listed? I'm going to go here. Here's the priest, by the way, for memory's sake.
Okay.
Which is really funny because it's like, Matt's like, I'm an exalted. Remember how you were being a dickwad?
Nope.
Interesting, they don't have all of my character photos.
So I got that going.
Which is nice. So, they also
I was
had...
just about to do that.
which is nice. Which is nice. Welcome in, Roll to Toke. Thank you for joining us. They also have a number of paladins. Like, generically, they have paladins and archers.
Usually you pay double for that kind of action, Cotton.
No named generic of those. As far as specifically related to that, and we would just say straight out of the NPC codex, we'd be like, you're looking at level 2 paladin.
Sure.
Level 2 fighter. Maybe level 1s, depending, but I'm sure because he's got a lot of the NPC character class. I think he's got like 20 of his things can be player character classes from a boon.
I'm almost
1,000.
Thinking at this point maybe it might be best just to have them just stay back and maybe not bring in someone, because like, don't get me wrong, a level 2 paladin or level 1 or 2 paladin is not necessarily a bad thing to have, but
right.
I fear we're going to be going up against something a bit tougher.
Then there's you think outside the box when it comes to knowledge religion and what the rules were stated to you. Go ahead.
Well, I have an idea.
Yeah.
I don't know if this works towards but I could go back to the Church of Pharasma and ask if I could get one of her inquisitors to come along.
Nope, that is not part of the deal. They are not from the Riley's order. These bonuses are just from Riley's group. But thinking outside of the box of people that are from the Riley group and anyone you met while you were at Carrion Hill, because that was the rule, you had to have met them at Carrion Hill, and they couldn't be Riley, they couldn't be Sandra, and they couldn't... I mean, I guess I technically didn't say they couldn't be the tailor. You just wouldn't want her, because she's just a tailor.
What about her dad?
That's what you get with a level 30. Like, yeah, he's not really an undead hunter, but he does have undead as his, like, third favorite enemy.
And he's had some experience hunting them down, too.
He got shoved into the role of mayor of Carrion Hill because all of the undead and monsters needed to get rid of him without getting rid of him.
Sure.
So that was his role. And yes, you met him there. And yes, he is technically part of the whole thing. And yes, you can choose him to be part of the group, to be your person. I do have him statted somewhere. Actually, I think yeah. So you can choose him, because there were like 4 or 5 secret people that if you would have realized you could have picked them, that would have been badass.
Yeah, then I would definitely pick him. Or at least reach out to him and see.
And so because you picked good at fighting undead, his was a higher DC to remember because he was more known for fighting abominations.
Oh, sure. Okay.
But he does have undead as a favorite enemy. And he is a worshiper of Pharasma. And he does still have all of his gear. And I do have him statted because he went with Matt and Adam on a different adventure in Strange Aeons.
Fair enough.
So yes, when you are transferring people and you're like, yeah, we get to pick anybody that we met there in Caliphas. You said it and Riley said it, and we just couldn't pick Riley and Sandra because they were getting married. So can you come with us? And he thinks about it, and he thinks about the agreement, and I believe he's lawful, and he's like, yeah, that's the agreement.
But hey, as a little sort of thank you present, and we'll call it a wedding shower gift, give him the recipe to curing vampires as well. And let him know it works. The 3 of us have borne witness. So,
Now, Matt, if you want to follow suit and still try and roll and see if you can think of somebody that might be better than the cleric, same rules for you.
I mean, I guess I could do a knowledge religion, but yeah, I really want somebody to...
It doesn't have to be religion.
Well, I want somebody that can help me with religion. That's why I went with the cleric. Because if we have to, like, disrupt a ritual,
to
have somebody that would know about it, that's why I went with him.
Okay. There is also the thought of you could get somebody that's a religion, that's a cleric. But if you get somebody that's much more powerful in general.
That's true.
Like, you're going into a place where it's kind of badass. Like Brian said, yeah, it would be great to have a paladin or a cleric.
Yep.
But, and here's the thing, you've already got the cleric. That's your backup.
Yeah.
Like, this is to think about somebody else outside the box. And you're not going to get a better, like, Brian got number 1 in the religion category.
Oh, okay. So I guess maybe do like arcane.
You could do arcane. You could do nature. You could do.
I think
nobility.
arcane would be good because if they're talking about lichdom, that's normally like an arcane thing. But I'll use my once a day take a 20 as well because why not get a 44?
Hold on, I'm not even on the right thing. 44. Jesus criminy. I don't even know if there's anybody that's in an arcane sort of way that was there. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. I mean, it'd probably be more nature, but I think they would have some crossover with arcane. Let me double check. Just got to see what they're... Nope, that's totally going to be nature. There was a magus. I love that we get circus music every time Epic checks for something. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
There was a magus. Lieutenant Malachi was his name.
Is he a bowling god?
I love you and I hate you. Trying to find... Dang it. Do it this way. Oh, here they all are. I knew I had put them all on the map here. That is Lieutenant Malachi. He is a magus. He's probably around the same level as the cleric, but they don't have a lot of spellcasters in the group outside of Sandra.
Yeah, I'll take Malachi.
But you would still have a cleric, and again, they're the same level, and he's a magus as opposed to a cleric, but the cleric would help you with your other thing.
Yeah, but this way I get someone that can help that's not the cleric that pissed me off, so...
True, and I believe he does have...
I'll go with Malachi.
All right. I think... Should Nick roll as well, since I gave it to you guys?
Sure.
I mean...
Unless you want to keep with your person.
Well, Andalek is great, but he's level 2. And, like, he's got great stats that would give bonuses. And he's got good information. But, I gave you guys a shot, and... As a game master, it would be odd if I didn't give my character the same chance, because I can still fall back on him, right? The question is that which skill do I roll? And I've already told you guys some of the skills that would be important. So we'll see if the chat was listening. Chat, which skill should Nick roll? Scarblade coming in with the raid.
Scarblade!
It's the Scarblade! You don't have to put on the red streaming wig hairdo. I don't know what you were doing.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Welcome on in. Playing some Baldur's Gate. You stayed up too late. Thank you so much for the raid, Scarblade. The raid Scarblade. That rhymes. Thank you for the raid, Scarblade. Welcome on in. How are you doing? How is Baldur's Gate 3? How is everything? Guys, our friend Scarblade has returned to streaming. So make sure you go and give that follow over to Scarblade. I raided over there the other day. She had the makeup stream going. She was doing the whole thing to do the Padme makeup, and then played some Padme Minecraft for May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. And well, it was fun. And today is Revenge of the 6th, by the way. Revenge of the 6th. So welcome on in, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm glad it was fun. I'm glad you were having fun with Baldur's Gate and playing that. I didn't know you played, so hopefully you'll have to let us know how far you are in Baldur's Gate. If you need to raid and run and go to Sleepy Poos, do so. I know you were way over there. Let's see, it is that time, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. It's 2 o'clock in the morning for you, Scarblade. What are you doing? 2 o'clock in the morning for you. Go get some sleep, Scarblade. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for bringing your crew in over here. We are debating which knowledge skill Nick should roll to see about an NPC joining their group. That's not religion and not arcane, to try and figure it out. So Janai says a nature check. Janai is listening in and is slow to type. That makes sense. Yes, I need to go sleep. Go to sleep, Scarblade. Go to sleep, guys. Go and click the link for Scarblade. Go and check her out. Go and give her a follow. Give all the support and the love. One of the best streamers out there. An unknown gem in the Twitch world. I will say it again. She's a ton of fun. No joke. All right. Janai is saying knowledge and nature. Janai was listening. Let's see if Nick can make the roll. Plus 14. If Andalek helps. Plus 2. To find someone else. Oh, actually, no. Because he wasn't going to... reboot. So it's just the 14. Well, Andalek can still help by aiding another, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his... and Quinston can aid another as well.
Whoa.
Damn. Aww.
So you guys might remember the elven war dog that was always at Sandra's side. The one that later you found out could talk and had more than human intelligence. And was her bodyguard, gifted to her from the elves. He's part of the group. And so Nick would like to bring the elven dog with.
I dig it.
So now that is in effect, I will say that there was somebody who was called Nick's old cohort, or Riley's old cohort, who was still part of the group, the Heartland Warriors, but isn't a follower, but he was still there. And he is Nick's old cohort, so he's like a level 10 or 11 flank fighter with long spear that could have been chosen. The noble, the count, obviously, you decided you could do. There was another noble. There was a well-known... Oh, the bartender that used to be Adam's cohort, but is no longer his cohort. Still runs the bar there, and you met them. And you know that they used to be an adventurer, and that dwarf is pretty high level, and could have been chosen as well. There is also the head trainer, who is level 6, who is just a straight archer, who is the archer trainer there that you guys met. Could also be picked. Could have also been picked. Those are all some of the higher level people. And like Jay is kind of higher level. Valina, you guys couldn't pick. Sandra, you couldn't pick, and so those were most of the higher level people that I can think of off the top of my head to pick that I also have images for in here, but I didn't get all the images in. So those are some of the higher level people you could have remembered to choose. Should you choose? I will get those characters out to you after this adventure, provided I remember before next time we play. But this is me we're talking about, and Memory of a Goldfish. So we will get all new companions. We will get the Lieutenant Malachi, the Magus, who is also the other trainer. He's about the same level as the Archer. Now that I think about it, he is higher level because he's the same level as the Archer, because they're the two trainers, the one with melee and the one with the knot. And Andalek was a different trainer as well. At any rate, we get those three: the Adrasti, the dog, the Count of Versex, and Lieutenant Malachi, the Magus, to all come and join you, on top of Quinston being there. So you will have a somewhat formidable group, which will be very important and will make things a little easier for you all and a little harder for the Game Master, even though I have two mythic points to spend on said stuff. So you spend the day getting those people as well. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do, buy, purchase, get, upgrade, etc.?
I'm down to like 59 platinum pieces. So
no.
Yeah, so I'm pretty good.
I think even if my original intent was to gather resources, I think by the time I go into the marketplace, I look around and look for like the equivalent of different food stalls, if there's stuff being done there, and I just start buying people food.
Okay. Because you're giving. You're so giving.
I'm
so charitable.
The trick is I start with the kind of maybe the more downtrodden, but I find I just have to kind of keep going. So I'm just gonna mark off 100 gold.
Okay.
And it's not that I couldn't give more, it's that's probably about the time that Nick or Matt comes and figures out what the hell's going on, as they see like just crowds of people eating food.
Right.
And then Brian having some polite arguments over, we need to get more, like, do we need to butcher a hog? Like, what else more can we do here to like get things going? Like, keep it up, The baker said they'll have their next loaves in like an hour, like, like.
Right.
Nice.
Basically to the point that my generosity is annoying everybody.
Matt, you weren't buying anything. So what is the plan? The plan of attack was to follow the river up.
Yeah.
We're just going to walk along the river where we have to, or did you want to try and like purchase
Well,
like
I
a
was
rowboat?
originally thinking doing like a boat, but the fact that you can get us there. Well, first, how can you get us there in an hour?
I'll summon us a ride.
Can you do it multiple times?
Technically, yeah.
So could we take it farther than just the path?
Yeah, I suppose if I did it multiple times.
Well, I think that's probably our best bet then. As long as it's not teleporting us.
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
We can make that work.
I mean, I think that is...
Although, shit. How are we going to take the dog?
Well, I don't know. What are you summoning?
Flying mounts?
Someone can hold the dog?
I'm happy to hold the dog.
The dog is a medium creature.
Oh.
Yep. Horses can carry 2 of those.
Yes, but somebody's going to have to carry the dog, is what I'm saying. Because the dog can't ride the flying mount. Somebody has to carry the dog. Present a solution, then summon a dog that disrupts it.
How fast does the horse fly?
The mount flies. It's technically 80 around, but because it doesn't have to worry about things in the first hour, it can go at a rushed pace, so it can go 110.
Damn.
It's huge.
Just drape the dog over the saddle. That won't.
It'll work.
We could just tie. Yeah.
Drape it over the saddle, and then kind of tie it in place.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, we could try to give the dog a little bit more space. If I just hold on to like the tail and pop my wings out, and I just get pulled behind, just kidding. But anyway,
I think it would be big enough that if we could just make sure that Adrasti can be secured with a seat, like a all around seat, without tying them down.
sure.
So, and we'll have to do it outside of town because summoning 5 giant eagles is going to cause attention. Summoning 5
fair.
rocks is going to be hard.
Do we know that the dog can talk?
Yeah.
Or can the dog talk?
Yes, the dog can talk.
Cool. I have a headband of vast intelligence +2 that's keyed to the ride skill. I put it on the dog's head. The dog can now ride an eagle.
That's beautiful and gross.
All right. Well, hopefully the dog doesn't already have a headband. I don't think it does, but I'll have to look. It's in another folder down there.
I mean, I'm gonna want it back eventually, but if we're super worried, it now knows it can hold the reins in its teeth
and sit
properly to guide with its knees.
Yeah. And of course, Brian's dog has no issue sitting like a human being.
None at all.
The little corgi demon.
Right. Well, and to be honest, maybe for Visage, I'd send him back and let him know, once we get where we're going, I may need to call you back in, but for right now,
right, off to boink the wife, poof, disappears.
You don't gotta tell me twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and yeah.
That's his parting words for you. All right. So, anything else before we leave?
Not for me.
All right.
I think we're good.
So you guys get outside. You bring the people with you. They all get their geared up, prepared. Get on the thing. And Nick casts his spell, and you see somebody roll me a die 4 + 1.
I can do that.
Nick spends a mythic point.
Holy crap, 5.
Damn.
There are 5 giant eagles that are summoned. You can put 2 per person on an eagle.
Mount up.
Yeah.
Chat redeems mythic point / inspiration. Nikki gets inspirations. Extra mythic. I'll put that on the mythic tab. Boom. The dice might just be rigged. I mean, that's for the character. I was looking to see if I actually have Vanton Hegri in my list of stuff, but he might just be in my Google Docs somewhere hidden away. I just saw him the other day, and I was like, oh, hey, there he is. Formerly Lord Vanton Hegri, now known as Count Vanton Hegri. I figured I could just double check and see if it's here. That way I have the stats right away. I don't, so he's probably in a file folder somewhere. Or in an email somewhere to someone. So yeah, you guys fly, and you guys get to about where the Path River gets the runoff from Aaron's Rest. Before Nick's like, all right, we need to land because the spell is fading, and you realize that the eagles push themselves to the point where they start taking damage.
Okay.
But they're summoned creatures, so it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that they land and then eventually Nick's like, okay, tone it down and we'll just glide from here. And that at that point they start going at their normal 80 movement, and then before the spell fades, he has them all land. And they land, and you guys get off of them, and then he casts the spell again. And then they appear. And you guys get on, and you move the next little chunk, which brings you to about here in about 3.5-ish hours. You get to the next like little river split. But luckily, Nick's been given mythic points. And so he had that one, and Nick had one on the backup. So now he's at his normal mythic points. And so he spends his first non-banked one, non-chat one, to continue the movement. And you guys get to right about... You guys see that you're over the Hold of Belkson. At least the border of the Hold of Belkson. But you're on the border, and there's not, there's not a lot between the undead and Virlych, and then the orc tribes, which are very superstitious, so they kind of keep their distance from that border, except for some of the, like, sometimes they'll send people there to, like, if something massive is happening.
I guess, yeah, like, good time to land.
Yeah.
Make sure we're on the right side of the dotted line going across the ground.
Yeah. Or on the left side. The correct side. Yeah, do you want to be on the Virlych side, or do you want to be on the Virlych side? Okay.
The Virlych side.
So you land on the undead Virlych wasteland side. And like the border's there, but like the wasteland doesn't really happen immediately. It's once you start to get a little bit closer to all of the effects and all the shit that happened during what caused it to be a barren wasteland. And whatever that is, you guys don't really know.
Yeah, and I guess just at this point, I mean, I think we're close enough to start walking. Because like flying over open land, I think is cool, but flying near mountains probably has more challenges to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And again, it's been like, what I say, let's see, 1.5, 3-ish. It's been like 4 or 5 hours of travel. So, you know, people are getting hungry, need to like get food. Traveling is like, it's like driving where, it gets exhausting. It's riding a horse for 6 hours, except for you're, 500 feet up in the air. Isn't super easy. And it's not like the mounts didn't have saddles. He just summoned giant birds and you had to sit on their backs and like hold on to the feathers and shit. It wasn't like they had saddles and bit and brittles and stuff like that. Brittles. So do you guys try to push without eating and without rest, or just and push on, or do you take a moment?
I think this might be a good spot to kind of rest a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Before we go, further into the wasteland.
Make a perception check.
Let's see. Perception is...
By the way, you bypass 4 encounters by doing it this way.
Love to hear.
Wahahahaha.
That's why I only was Nick can do the thing to summon them. And I was like, yes, I knew he could do it, but I was going to let you guys just come up with that idea. Oh, can you just cast it more than once? Yep. 42 and 29 on perception.
See.
Yep.
You guys see that there is, it's hard to see, but you guys easily see it. You see that there is actually a little encampment, a fortified encampment up ahead. And Matt, with a 42, you actually see some banners, statement banners, and one of them has Iomedae represented on it. You can make a knowledge nobility, to try and identify.
Perfect. $28.
You see an honest to God militia crew from Last Wall.
Ooh. I'll point it out that looks like a Last Wall encampment. If we're gonna any place that might give us leads or at least be a place to rest, this is it.
Yeah.
Rainy raid! Roll to Toke coming on in with the raid. How you doing, buddy? How was your stream? How was everything? What were you doing? Were you doing more windrows? Let us know what you were doing. Welcome on in. You were in here earlier, so you know what we're doing. We're doing some tabletop role-playing. For those that came along on the raid, we're doing some tabletop role-playing, Pathfinder 1st Edition. We just flew some giant eagles and bypassed a bunch of bad guys. Welcome on in. Welcome in to Epic Realms. Stream was great. I played a little For Honor today. Okay, cool. I have never played For Honor. I thought maybe you would have been playing with some windrows. Red caught the Pokemon. I completely missed it. Much love. Sorry to interrupt. No worries. Saying hello, guys. Go and check out Roll to Toke. I know we got a little shouty out for him earlier, but we'll get another one. Here. We'll get a little classic-y pop up. Click the heart button, sort of shouty outy. So yeah, not only is it a group from Last Wall, but Matt, you are able to identify they are known as the Knights of Ozum.
What do I know about them? If I know anything.
You know that they were part of the Shining Crusade originally. Like, that's how long ago they've been around and formed. They eventually joined the Empire of Taldor and the dwarves and whatnot, and this order was there to bring down the Whispering Tyrant. And they were led, the order itself, their leader was a warrior woman known as Iomedae. This was the order that she founded, and she led to fight the Whispering Tyrant.
Okay. Seems perfect place to stop by me.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get your characters. Can I just grab your...
While you're grabbing characters, I need to do a quick bathroom bio break.
Bio break. We could just take a break, too. We could just take a breaky break.
That would also work for me.
That would be wunderbar.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, everybody. While we do, please stick around through the break. I'm going to also run an Addy ad. And we'll be back in just a little bit after that. So please stick around for the break. And when we return, more Old School 3 campaign. If you came in on the raid, please stick around. And we'll see you when we return. Let's get this battle underway. We're going down. Get down, get down. Jungle Boogie.
And as I'm doing it, I hold Tango out on one hand, and I just think to him, or I say in Dinosaur, like, King of the World, as we like, and then I like get off like nothing happened.
That's funny. Nick's chuckling at it. Nick probably makes some sort of like, this isn't Titanic. Paint me like one of your French girls, Matt.
It is Toivo's turn. Toivo appears, closes his eyes as you explain what's going on, turns its head to look at, or to its head so it's facing the Hound of Tyndalos. So Matt and Brian, you hear the cat just growl real low and dangerous. Nick, you hear meow meow, I can smell you, meow meow meow. Roll your attacks, please.
For generations, the town of Sandpoint stood as a beacon along the Virlych coast, a place of trade, of community, heroes, and resilience. But Sandpoint was no stranger to hardship. It's endured goblin raids, Chelish invasion. It survived threats rising from ancient Thassalon. It's faced devastation from flood and tsunami. Time and time again, Sandpoint endured. Until now. Because this time, Sandpoint did not survive. It did not fall. It was not destroyed. It was not conquered. It simply vanished, leaving behind nothing but strange basalt flats. Gone from the face of the earth, leaving questions, rumors, and a growing sense of unease across all of Varizia.
So Brianna took part in a nightmare ritual as a child.
Yes.
You feel one of them being activated in the museum.
Okay.
Brianna, I'd like you to make a concentration check to maintain your casting of the spell.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I will treat this as violent motion because this is violent to your emotions.
And I apologize. Remind me again what I'm rolling. Is my charisma ability modifier, or is
this a concentration check?
Somebody redeem a complication quick.
My
So it's a
apologies.
Chat has redeemed a complication.
It is a d20 plus your caster level plus your ability modifier.
Thank you.
All right, Majenko flies over. Lumbracer, I've got you!
Can he do a flyby heal?
Sure.
Get out! Get out! No!
Sure, he'll go right there.
Doesn't look like it on our side.
He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that prepared. He is going to. Oh, he can. He's gonna unload one of his most powerful spells at all of you.
Fuck.
Magic missile.
Kill.
He just side eyes you and looks at Arabella and says, "Of all the places you wanted to fucking teleport us, you brought us right in front of the king's nose."
Yeah, because I have to warn the fucking king. So you should probably leave. Go slink off into your little hole. And maybe warn your people.
He looks like he's about to punch you.
There is a 1,000-year-old dragon burning down a city with over 100 giants right now. I don't have time.
Remember, the only reason that any of that worked back there is because of me.
Yeah. Do you want a prize?
You can read that there is a contemplation about the others in the room and their responses, regardless of what his answer is.
And he's concerned about what his response will be because of the people in the room.
Yes.
I kill everybody else in the room.
So you see that guy shows up and swings at you, and it scrapes across your armor as you cast your spell.
Go. Mithril breastplate, bitch. Yeah, that was the hope in case there's a bad roll. We're all together.
Yes, it's probably a good call.
Mm-hmm.
All right, do you want to roll for them? We
might as well do it official.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I'll have you each do one. I'll let you guys choose who does the players and who does the NPCs.
Yeah, Brian, you want to roll for us or them?
I'm gonna roll for us because I don't want to. I don't want to kill the NPCs. Okay. Shit.
I am sorry. I am trying to be helping, but
what happened to Trinia?
she just disappeared.
I did.
We lost the kid.
I am not understanding. She just got hit by one of those raisins. She disappeared. She is gone.
And Arabella said I turned to stone?
You were a statue. Welcome back.
You know what? I just give him a hug. A big chalky hug.
Okay.
This is not the time!
Let's get this battle underway. We're going down. Get down, get down. Jungle boogie.
And as I'm doing it, I hold Tango out on one hand, and I just think to him, or I say in Dinosaur, like King of the World, as we like, and then I like get off like nothing happened.
That's funny. Nick's chuckling at it. Nick probably makes some sort of like, this isn't Titanic. Paint me like one of your French girls, Matt.
It is Toivo's turn. Toivo appears, closes his eyes as you explain what's going on, turns its head to look at, or to its head so it's facing the Hound of Tindalos. So Matt and Brian, you hear the cat just growl real low and dangerous. Nick, you hear meow meow, I can smell you, meow meow meow. Roll your attacks, please.
For generations, the town of Sandpoint stood as a beacon along the Virlych coast, a place of trade, of community, heroes, and resilience. But Sandpoint was no stranger to hardship. It's endured goblin raids, Chelish invasion. It survived. Here we are back again. We are back again, back again. We are back again, back again. I forgot one thing. Here we go. So, open image, a new tab. You guys find the Knights of Ozum. And you guys approach the camp. And almost immediately, four of them spread out and approach while one stays behind.
Greetings. We mean you no harm.
You should not be here. Virlych is not a safe place. Go back.
Unfortunately, we have a mission to accomplish.
We are here to save someone that has been kidnapped.
Of course, you say that, but that's what any creature of this place would do to try and gain entrance. You could be anyone, you could be saying anything. It doesn't necessarily make it true. Now, state your business and be gone.
We are... Sorry, let me pull up the... Nope.
And one of them says, in fact, they should just lay down their arms and come with us. We can take them back to the border with us.
And I look at him, whoever this one is, and I go, I will learn the weight of my sword. Without my heart to guide it, it is worthless. My strength is not in my sword, but in my heart. If I lose my sword, I have lost a tool. If I betray my heart, I have died.
Make a diplomacy check.
I will have faith in the inheritor. I will channel her strength through my body. I will shine in her legion, and I will not tarnish her glory through base actions. And I look to any of them to see if the paladin code being recited to them has any meaning.
Yes, it does. Immediately. You guys can make a diplomacy check. That will allow a trigger of a diplomacy check to begin conversations, because they are immediately hostile. Because as far as they're concerned, you're in Virlych, you're some sort of undead abomination.
Yep.
And an undead abomination can totally pretend to be a paladin. In fact, they can even recite the lines.
Is it just Matt rolling, or are we all rolling?
It is up to you whether or not you want to roll or if you want to aid. If you said anything, which you did, you can aid. Matt?
I'll aid Matt if I can.
Matt, you get a +5 on top of that.
Cool. So 46 with Brian's aid.
You have a crazy diplomacy.
In fact, I get a +4 to diplomacy because of my deific obedience to Iomedae.
Nice.
Okay. They go, fine, tell us of your mission. One of them says that.
I look towards you, Brian, because you were about to like say that part.
Right, we're we're here to rescue Count Lucinian Galdana. He had been kidnapped, which, with the information given to us, we believe was kidnapped by some cultists of the Whispering Tyrant. Perhaps
the chat wants someone to draw a fame and fortune card.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Seven-tailed fox.
A diplomacy check worthy of fame and fortune.
Well, that was a good way to work it in, so I'm not super upset.
That tracks.
How would you like to do this, Matt?
I got a 45 on the diplomacy check, so
45?
the 45th card. Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. What did you get?
5.
41, 42, 43, 44. And you want it to be the 45th card or the one after the 45th card?
The 45th card.
What the fuck?
Was that a good what the fuck or a bad what the fuck?
I have no redraws, so we'll see.
Oh my God, Rolana, that would be horrible.
It would be really bad.
Don't give him ideas, please.
Okay.
And just because I have it, because them saying like the undead could be anywhere, I'm going to detect chaos just to see if there's any high aspects of chaos around. like witches and hags.
All right. Of course, I had sheets here, and now... Oh, it's right there. Do chaos!
Chaos!
What's the area that your detect chaos is? Does it have to be something you're looking at, like the paladins detect evil?
Yes.
So who are you looking at?
It is 60 feet. Just look at the closest person to me.
Okay. No chaos.
Okay.
So they nod. Count Galdana, you say? From Ustalov? He's quite the ways away from whatever county he's from. Literally says that. Has no idea.
He's literally the next county over, right? If I'm remembering correctly.
Amon's is like up and over because we went up the thing.
Oh, okay.
Admittedly,
even if it were the next county over.
His kidnapping happened very recently, and they are no doubt using magic to transport him quickly, which is also what we've been doing to try to catch up to him before they complete this foul ritual.
Who's they? And you hear in the background. Well, roll a perception, actually, guys.
I would love to. I think that said that was a 13. Is that right? Yeah, 13. $21.
And Matt got a
40.
40.
Jesus. You win. And then some.
It is my best skill.
You hear in the distance. Run! Don't trust them! They will shackle you and take you for no reason. Run! And then you hear, because you can't quite see, you hear silence, and then you hear a thump.
What is going on here?
And you hear it like in the distance.
Oh, sort of like not like in the camp.
It's in the camp, but it's like 60, 70 feet away.
Oh, okay. Like, have you all found an undead or a member of the Whispering Way?
We go, no, it's a witch. It was with a group of people that captured her. We figured we'd take the witch off their hands and transport her for judgment. Maybe they can take care of her.
A witch, you say?
Yes.
Was she observed casting spells?
They claimed that she was there to protect them and is now possessed through her witchcraft of that of a demon, of which we can sense on her. We're going to take her to the Cathedral of Sancta in Iomedae in Vigil and see if we can get her exorcised and then see what the truth of it is.
So she's possessed by a demon currently.
That's what we believe.
Interesting.
I look at you, Brian, and like, Can you expel it?
That is a great question. Let me do a little bit of research as I rack my brain to figure that out. Is there an exorcism spell?
I think there is.
Well, I'm guessing it's going to be a higher level spell. Let's see the highest level spell I can cast as a 4th level.
There's specific rules. There's specific rules for exorcisms, but they're kind of like rituals.
You can do like banishment or dismissal, something like that could kind of do it. And I think even dispel evil might be able to.
Closest thing I can see so far would maybe be a break enchantment.
Are you limited to just the wizard list?
Oh, fuck. That's right. No. I don't. I think it's. Yeah, let me double check. It's been a while.
So you turn to Brian from the point of view of the Knights of Ozum while he's looking.
Mm-hmm.
You look to Brian. Do you hand sign to him or just say out loud? Can you exercise it? Or...
I'll say it out loud.
Okay. So you say out loud. Do you say exercise or just get rid of it, or what do you say specifically that they hear?
I will say can you remove an inhabiting spirit?
Okay. So you say that to Brian. And the knights look at each other like it's normally not within our purview of capabilities. Usually we're just here to get rid of undead and monsters and spirits, and we don't think it's a spiritual.
It could be a cleric or sorcerer, wizard.
Damn, that is so many spells.
Yeah, so you could probably do like a.
Let me check
any of the things Matt might have said are options. I'm not gonna put my 10 cents in as a GM.
Mm-hmm.
What your options are, I'll let you guys decide amongst you. The chat, of course, could probably help as well if they'd like to make suggestions.
May we go see this witch? We might be able to help you in as thanks for helping us.
So I could do a dismissal.
Matt, by yourself, go ahead and make another diplomacy check. You no longer get the +5 because, I'm going to say you're going to get a +2. You don't get the +5 for being a paladin anymore because you've already used that once. But now in talking to you, I think they realize the exalted, and I think that will give you a +2.
Cool.
Because they didn't realize the exalted before.
43.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Like, what do we even, like, Brian, do you and I need skills? Should we just go straight fighter and just have Matt roll all the dice?
Right.
Except for nature, apparently.
I only have a +2 to fly.
I have a much higher fly skill than that.
They say that Lacrimornia was a fortune teller from a Varisian caravan who became corrupted by the land's sour magic. Like, she is clearly possessed and was in fact imprisoned by her own people, from whom they took her in order to save her, despite her people's protests. Like, she took them against their will.
And they didn't want her to, okay.
Because the people said that she was actually there. Like, she took in evil upon her to protect their caravan. In an agreement. Which didn't matter to the knights. They didn't care. Because evil is evil and needs to be thwarted.
Okay. So it's evil from the land that she took into her, and we might be able to protect her to
Shiny
keep it
Edie,
out.
not officially first. 6 times. Welcome in. All right.
So best thing I could try
But
to
they
do
will.
is maybe banishment to banish an extraplanar creature. I just don't know if that's necessarily going to work if they're possessing a host.
You could try to dispel. Oh, that's a 5th level spell, though.
All right. So Nick's going to go here. The cat's back here sniffing the table. I'll let you guys move yourselves to wherever you want to move yourself for this situation. Because you can go up and you can like chat with her. She's chained. She's shackled to that giant stump.
Okay.
And she's like, please let me go back to my people. I haven't done anything wrong. You. Let's see.
I guess maybe I'd like to start with some detect magic.
Okay.
And view her.
Okay. You're staying 10 feet away, both of you?
Yeah, I'm kind of right where I'm at.
Sounds good.
I will do detect chaos on her.
There is faint chaos.
Okay. Like any chaotic aligned person, level 3 or higher.
No. Well, yes.
Yep.
Actually, yes. Level 3 or higher, chaotic.
Okay, so she has an aura of chaos around her.
No, it's not like a paladin aura. It's just,
Yeah.
she's a chaotic person.
Higher than level 3.
Yes.
As far as detect magic?
Yes. Brian, since you're kind of you're both investigating, kind of looking at her, go ahead. You can both make a knowledge planes check.
That's not going to be great. That's going to be... I believe that's going to end up being like an 18.
32.
Like, Matt gets an 18 without rolling. Jesus Christ.
Int is my highest attribute.
What's that?
Int is my highest attribute as a tank.
That's crazy.
That is beautiful.
My int is 4 points higher than my con, which is my second highest.
What is your int?
22.
How do you even have a 22 in anything? I barely have an 18.
Every mythic and every attribute point we've got, I put into int.
Damn.
So I was looking at the wrong list. I lied. I cannot do banishment. It is higher level than what I can cast.
No.
Oh, what's this spell?
Anybody want to see if it's a 4th level or lower ranger spell or hunter spell?
Okay, that's not...
It is not.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing a whole lot else I can try and do.
So you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, oh, that's an interesting... Okay, so here's a thinking outside the box. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
There is apparently a 4th level spell called Control Summoned Creature, which allows you to direct a summoned creature as if you'd summoned it. That is a level 4 spell. If she is being possessed by a demon, if the demon was summoned, I could try to control the summoned creature.
That's an interesting. Yeah.
Although I don't know if that again, with the caveat, assuming it works on a creature that is possessing another. If it just counts as hitting her, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, and I can't touch treatment to break enchantment yet. I need like 4 more levels.
Yeah, I can't break enchantment either. That's a 5th level spell for me.
But with the knowledge planes, what did I find out?
So something that you noticed, Matt, looking. Brian, what did you get for your knowledge planes? 32?
I think that was my 18, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, with an 18 you don't catch anything. Matt, you recognize every once in a while, like, at first you're like, okay, she might have some sort of form of like a Tourette's or something. But then you realize, no, that's not that. And then you realize that like the way her arms are bent and her hands and fingers sometimes are bent when she's talking, it's not just that she's hurt and old and crippled. By the way, before I continue.
She looks very elderly.
Yes, she is very elderly.
I'm just waiting for the Gollum moment where all of a sudden that shape shifts with some CGI and turns to like a horrible, horrific countenance.
The twisted limbs, and then you're sitting there and you're like, you smell sulfur. And you look around the ground around her and you see all these like debris amongst some like dried green chunks of liquid. You see like pieces of like eggshell and like broken small bones or pieces of bones and other like debris. Go ahead and make a heal check.
Oh, I can't do banishment, but dismissal is 4th level, so I might be able to do that one.
Oh, that could be huge. Heal? I don't remember if I get I do get to use it for heal. 34.
And you also realize that this is all the aftermath of her vomiting from stress or something.
Like she vomited it up like the bones and
Yes. Brian, because you cast Detect Evil, yes? Or no, you did Detect Magic.
Detect Magic.
Never mind. We don't get any information.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a Detect Evil. Matt might have Detect Evil.
I get Detect Chaos instead.
Detect Chaos because of this, yeah.
As an Iomedae. Because they fight demons. Like that was their...
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, you can choose for it to be evil, but when you make your thing, you don't have to. Right?
For the archetype I went...
Yeah, for the archetype, you get the Detect Evil, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Rolana Halo's dropping some ideas too.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
To trap it.
Let's see what the...
Yeah, she's been dropping... She's got like 3 or 4 options on there she's been throwing out.
Yeah, I don't have Detect Charm.
I didn't even know Detect Charm was a spell.
Yeah, and she also does Dispel Evil.
Which we don't have access
So
to.
that's 5th level, unfortunately.
We're only up to level 4 on spells.
I don't know what level they are. I was just repeating what she was saying.
I know, I'm just saying for... Because I know she has a lot of experience with the divine spells. She's been a few oracles in the past. My only worry is that I don't know if these spells, some of these spells will necessarily have the same effect if they are actually possessing a host. Or if that gives them a little extra, I don't know, anchor, for lack of a better term. You know what I mean? Although the one benefit of a dismissal, it does say 1 extra planar creature.
Like, I think that might be our best bet.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, fortunately, the Knights of Ozum that are here at this encampment, they are blunt objects when you need a sharp instrument.
Yeah,
so
that's
what, but they know better, so that's why they're taking her. They were going to take her to the capital. Taking her to Vigil, which is why they're kind of on the border, because they're going to go in and down.
Let me, I guess, let me then cast a spell.
Which spell? Which spell are you casting, Precious?
I'm going to use spell kenning. And I'm going to attempt dismissal. Target is 1 extra planar creature within a close range, which I'm definitely in. It does, if there's spell resistance, I do have to roll versus that. Do you want me to just roll a spell resistance?
I think the spell resistance doesn't apply because they are in the form of a possession.
Okay,
certain things are do or don't. Things change with some of the spells, and I think because they're possessing, you have to go off the base, the host, not the...
Then it needs to make a will saving throw. DC is a 20, it looks like.
Nice.
Shit.
Damn.
You feel it takes hold. The spell takes hold. And she cringes like she just got an instant migraine and hisses and barks and goes, "No! No!"
I look over at Matt. Well, she's definitely possessed.
Yes.
The knights go, "Well, can you try again?"
I can try one more time today.
Matt, is there anything we can do?
That is what I am checking. I don't have... I'm assuming you have a charisma item already, right, Brian?
I do. But there is one thing I can do to try and help. I start singing a dirge of doom, which causes all enemies within 30 feet to just become shaken.
That's a -2.
To give the minus to the saves.
And then dismissal, and then I cast dismissal again.
Nice.
It's worth a shot, right? Like,
yeah, a -2 is a -2, you know?
Right?
I might be able to also... Oh, wait. You have a charisma item, which would be the same as the.
Well,
as
what's the
Eagle
plus on
Splendor.
your
My
item?
charisma item gives a +2.
So your spell gives a +4, Nick.
So that would bump it up to a 21 DC. Not a bad idea.
And you're doing dismissal?
Yeah. Because it's the only one I can really do.
I do not get Eagle Splendor.
Oh.
As a hunter.
Ah, that makes sense. It's normally not a druidy one. I don't know if this would work as a component, but we do have a bless oil potion. If we anoint her with one of it.
Or if we try to use it as like a costly spell component.
That's what I was kind of thinking. But like, putting it on her so the banishment soaks in more or something.
Sure, I'll allow it as a spell component item.
Cool.
Give you like a +2.
We have 2 of them. I'll just nix one off.
Sure. So is that adding a +2 to the save DC then?
Yeah. We'll add it a +2 to the save DC.
Okay, and then I didn't get the charisma bump from Nick, so that would put it at like a 22 for the save DC.
Well, it was a 20 before you said, right?
Right.
So yeah, it would be a 22 with a +2.
Okay. I think that's what we got.
Yep.
Do you have any Pathfinder abilities that would also aid? Like the Pathfinder Society boons?
Yeah, let me look.
I don't
see
know.
If I have any items. I mean, I suppose I could do the protection from evil, like we did to Halloran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to make a touch attack because she's not willing. Uh-oh.
Did you touch attacker?
It didn't go through.
Oh, I see 27 on my end.
The 27 was the demon's roll from last round.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, hold on.
Oh, you're right.
I see it starting to pop up. It's just going slow.
I don't remember. What is the command again? / roll? Exclamation mark roll?
/R and then the...
Okay, that's what it was. I did the thing. Nick's like,
it's either
touch attack.
/R or /roll, I believe.
All right, add 2 more to the thing.
So 24.
24.
All right, here we go.
Oh!
I feel good about that.
So you cast a spell. By divine graces empowered by the old school 3 and mythic power of doom, I banish you back to the hells from which you came. or whatever you say. And it snarls at you.
God, I wish I could quote the line from Ghostbusters, like, from the state, county, and city of New York. By the power of Iomedae's righteous might,
Right?
and Cade and Kalian's swift kick in your ass. Get the fuck out.
And she twists and bends, and you're almost worried that it's going to break the creature, the lady's neck. And it goes, no! No!
And in my biggest, like, Brian seems to glow with this slightly reddish energy as you hear him go, oh yeah, and like try to push him out. Channeling my inner Kool-Aid man.
He goes, my name is Zessus. I am the bringer of plague. I am no mere demon. And you see,
it doesn't matter what your name is.
And you see
rock energy there.
The spell that you cast hits the body, and it is successful. When you cast dismissal on a possessed body, it just junts it from the body.
Well, now the pallies have something to...
Cool. Time to smite.
Yeah, basically.
I believe is that initiative then.
And you see it standing before you. All these drop downs. Larger than one would think, Shipsy.
Oh.
Cool.
That looks wonderfully horrible.
Love it.
You see a massive, large, hideous creature. And even the Knights of Ozum take a step back. And they're like, we've never seen a Luco demon that big before. I mean, write that shit down. Write that shit down.
Oh, what kind of demon? Luco?
Luco. Daemon.
Oh, Daemon. Okay.
Daemon?
Correct. But nobody knows, right? When you hear it, you just assume demon. They say they assume demon. Which is why you only got a hint of chaos, because Luco demons are neutral. They are not chaotic.
Sure.
But they sure are evil, which is what the others were detecting.
Yeah.
Sure.
With that being said, we switch scenes. Across the galaxies, across the multiverse, to the other side. You guys conversed with the Fey Pantheon. Oberon, Tatiana, the Shakespearean Fey Pantheon, if you will, about magics and how they come and go from the real world and what could have happened. Brian Fitzpatrick, Matt from Deadlands, and two Nicks stand there looking on. Your question was simple. What causes the magic to separate? And the simple answer was the divine beings of the earth, the divine beings of the world, saw that giving man the power of magic allowed them to defy the gods. So around the time of Christianity, the Christian deity convinced many others to expel magic from the world in all of its raw form, use their power to collect it up in a ball of magic and remove it from the world. And all that remains is a shallow, hollow bit, places where sometimes you get little echoes of ghosts. Some few fey creatures can do a little bit of power here and there in their power points, places like Stonehenge. The magic, any magic, would have to come externally to the real world, from somewhere else. That's how magic is removed from the world. That's why magic doesn't work in the world. Everything with magic ties fell asleep, forgot its power, doesn't know its capabilities, or simply ceased to exist. Does this answer your question now? Oberon booms at the three of you. Of course, Oberon still very doesn't like any version of Nick from any version of any world. Because apparently every version of every world of Nick more or less has a problem with Oberon or a run-in with him of some sort.
Yes, that answer suffices. Thank you.
He goes, but now what will you all do with that knowledge? You who was here at the formation of Stonehenge. He looks at you, Matt. With your yellow ring. Or with your green... Yeah, with your yellow ring. Of course, this isn't the one that version that has a yellow ring, and you weren't there at the formation of Stonehenge.
Yeah. This is Deadlands Matt.
Correct! Deadlands Matt!
Yeah.
And the version of the yellow ring is the evil mirror version.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we have to get it back. I mean, it's already being doled out to everyone that wants to melt the face of their enemy or warp an ally into being a monstrous, an abomination to destroy what little humanity we have left. So if in order to save humanity, we have to bring the fight to a god to get it back, to restore hope, to open that fucking Pandora's box, well, then we fight a god.
He goes, oh, but the god doesn't have the power. You have to find where it went. And then, do you bring Deadlands? He goes, then do you bring the Wasteland to the world that has no magic? Or do you leave it be?
There already is magic. People are sending nuclear attacks from their fingertips.
Right. There, where there is magic. But we're talking about the world where there is no magic. That's what you're asking about.
So, are you saying that if we bring magic back, there's a chance we can pick the iteration?
If you bring magic back to the world that's cut off from magic, who knows what will happen? Magic was brought back to the world that, and he points to Matt, that he currently resides in. That's when magic was brought back. Somewhere in the Old West era, I believe. Maybe a bit before then.
But it was really limited. Took sacrifice, blood sacrifice, life essence. If the gates could be open to study, to innate, where life did not have to be sacrificed, could be better.
Brian Fitzpatrick, you're smart, you're perceptive, you're epic. It's hard to realize that this mat that you see before you very clearly has a glowing ring that is not yellow.
It is not yellow?
Correct. This mat before you has a glowing green ring.
Actually, Brian Fitzpatrick will look over at Matt, then look down at his hand with the ring and is like, is that a Green Lantern ring?
I'm like, of course.
Nice.
Meaning it's clear that even Oberon knows that he doesn't have a yellow ring. What he said was very specific.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And might have more information. Or he might just be baiting. But if it were Nick, he'd probably be baiting. It's Matt. He's usually had, he might not be baiting.
Lord Oberon, you mentioned his ring being yellow, but it does not appear that way to me.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's the other Matt. And you see Oberon goes like this with his hand and spins, and you see a little orb with a little sealed being inside. And you see trapped within the orb, Matt, is evil Matt with a yellow ring.
Break in case of emergency, Matt?
Yeah, you see him with that. Now, there's going to be more to this orb situation in a moment. We'll get to that.
Okay.
But in the moment, you see Oberon with the orb. And he goes, this one has a role to play yet. And he moves his hand, and you see it slowly miniaturizes into a ring. It doesn't have a color. It doesn't have a symbol. But it's clearly a lantern-style ring.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't match any of the anything, and it doesn't glow in any sort. But anyone who looks at it goes, oh, I wonder what lantern core group that is. Like, it's very obvious. But it just doesn't match.
It's like a ring minus the color.
Yeah, minus the color, and its symbol is unique to itself.
Mm.
Because they all have their own, like, little circle with a little whatever.
Right.
It's unique to itself.
I don't remember all the colors. Do you?
It's all of the colors of the rainbow plus white and black.
Right, I'm
And
saying
you
more
see
like
Nick
I don't
nods.
remember what they all do other than red was rage
Oh,
and orange was greed. And
Love.
I think blue was
Red was love.
hope.
Or red was anger, rage, yeah. Like,
Yep.
there was
Blue
love
was
and
hope.
lust.
Yeah.
And black was like death or something funky, wasn't it?
Death.
Yep, black was death.
And white was life or something like that. Or...
Yeah, life/creation. What part does he have to play with this?
He has made an agreement to help.
An agreement with you, so I'm assuming you cannot say the terms.
He smiles. Something like that. He goes, ultimately it won't matter. Not for those of you here specifically. But there are other parts that need to be played that go along with it. And I am in need of those parts. You are in need of those parts.
Okay.
There's one for each of you. Matt, I have you right here. Brian and Nick, you will either need to do it yourselves or find another version of you to agree to play this part. It will be your last role that you ever play. Or whoever chooses that role, it will be the last role that they ever play. But an important role it will be. So you can either find one of yourselves and get them to agree to the terms, or choose to do so yourselves.
And just to verify, does Fitzpatrick and this version of Matt and Nick, I know our
two Nicks,
our Pathfinder versions have all of this back history for all the different variations, but do these ones have some of that?
Nope.
Okay.
What you do know, what Brian Fitzpatrick knows, because you made a roll long time ago.
Right.
I will reiterate the role that you made to realize that someone, because you got feedback at one point in time in dream form because of a spell you chose that caused feedback. So you realize someone else is gaining your memories.
Okay.
And you know that that person is you. So you do know that somebody out there that is you has access to your memories due to some feedback. Because I forget what spell you used or what thing you did. And I was just like, okay, that's meta.
That's fair.
And for those watching the stream, this all ties back to, as I said at the beginning, all of the players have memories of their former selves. We have switched to some of the other versions of Nick, Matt, and Brian that have another side ongoing story that has been happening here and there. And most of them are characters that we won't ever play again. So this is kind of me giving them something to do with those characters.
I think I might know a Brian that would be willing to help. He's currently imprisoned in the Hubble telescope, navigating around the globe.
So many questions.
So, as far as you know, yes, but me and Brian role-played something that happened afterwards.
Oh, well, that's all I know.
Yeah.
That's the, he's trapped up in a telescope. What a terrible place to end your life.
No, it was the Russian satellite.
Oh, okay,
Comsat
still
or
just
whatever.
as bad.
Yeah, he in the end he has downloaded himself into an android, a Terminator android.
Oh, funny.
Well, here's, I guess, the question. Is it just like our essence? Well, except Fitzpatrick wouldn't know the state of some of the other Brians. Never mind.
No, but this is also like, you don't know, but like, you out of character get to pick which character
Sure.
that would still be alive in whatever universe for this thing that you don't know what it is. That is going to be an important role in the end.
Well, but that's where it gets a little.
And you
complex.
get to pick out of character, and I, as the GM, will pair you in that direction.
Well, no, what I'm saying is, other than Fitzpatrick himself, there's only one other Brian I can think of that's still technically alive, because the Dragon Age one is a construct.
Correct.
And it's no longer alive. Technically, the Terminator one is a Terminator and it's no longer alive.
But he still counts. He's still your character. Welcome on in, Raiders. Hello, Higgy. How are you doing?
Hey, Raiders.
Higgy coming on in. How was the co-stream with Booms? How was RV There Yet? Which is a seriously ridiculous looking game, by the way. Seriously ridiculous.
RV There Yet?
RV
Nice.
There Yet. Yeah, I've seen it. I want to play it. The stream team's played it too. Welcome on in, guys. We're doing some tabletop role playing. Coming on in slowly at the end. Terriblus, welcome on in. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Well, we're doing some tabletop role playing. You're coming in in the last hour. And we're having a great time. At least I'm having a great time. We're telling some stories here. And we switched over to a place that I think the other two forgot that we might be bouncing back to.
Mm-hmm. It's been a while.
It has. It has. I've been waiting till around this point to hit this part of the story.
Well, I mean, okay. So this other me is up in space?
So out of character, yeah, out of character you get to choose. No matter what it is, you get to pick which Brian you use. In character, I will move it that way. Matt says that, yeah, he's in space.
He's in space. He took over a Russian communication satellite to aid us when the corrupted magic undead abomination horde attacked the last bastion of civilization, gave us intel, bought us time to survive, and to send the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse to another planet.
And of course, you know about the world of darkness, Brian. He helped you get in here.
Without the eye in the sky, we would not have been able to survive. He sacrificed himself to inhabit it.
Well, wait a second. If he
he sacrificed his body. He's trapped up in a satellite. No way to come home.
Interesting.
He was a android. A robot and a person put together. I don't know if you know what that is.
Dude, I'm still from our time. Yeah, I've been running around the realms for longer than I can count, but I'm not a complete fucking idiot.
Magic, I don't know, makes people go crazy.
You hear one of the two Nicks, the one that isn't dressed in modern garb, that's dressed in like armor, like old school like knight armor, just looks at you guys talking about that, and he's like, "I'll do it."
Dragon Age Nick.
Dragon Age Nick. He's got nothing left to lose.
Yep.
Well,
That's fun. Tabletop games, interesting but hard to get into because it's kind of based on roleplay storytelling and writing lore for your character, which I'm not very good at. but you watch Critical Role videos. Well, welcome on in. Yeah, we do this every Wednesday night, so you can come in and learn, and we are interactive, so if you have questions, you can always ask. Anytime you come by any of my streams, if I'm doing video games, you can ask me role-playing questions and opinions, and I will also help you out if you're interested. We have on our YouTube the Game Masters Workshop, where we have celebrities, guests talk about role-playing and helping with role-playing as well, which I will pull up here in just a second. And you can just look on our playlist for Game Masters Workshop. It's like the second to last playlist on there. But welcome in. So yeah, Nick's like, I'm in. If it is the single most crucial part of all of our worlds to help the worlds and the key versions of us, apparently, then we're doing it. Plus, let this goddamn nightmare be over.
I look over at Matt. I mean, we can ask some of the other Bryans to see if they're interested, but if they don't, I'll take up the mantle.
I look up at Oberon. I guess look for a satellite with like a hammer and sickle on the side of it. And then you should be able to find him there.
Oberon hands you a small, clear droplet of water. Like he holds out his hand and it's like hanging from the tip of his finger.
Okay.
He's like, give me your hand. And he flicks and it drops and it hits your hand, but it stays solid. And it's like a little tiny marble. He's like, give that to the one that chooses. And he looks over at the Nick that agreed. And the Nick holds out his hand and looks at you guys, because he's known Matt for a few days now, maybe like a week, because they met before they even came to the World of Darkness world, and then found Crazy Nick and Crazy Brian and all of you. Actually, I think all three of you came here together and found this world's Nick and this world's. And
I think so.
Holds out his hand and the droplet comes down and hits, and it reshapes itself. And it reshapes itself into a ceremonial, decorative looking dagger. But as it does, you see Nick's entire body and essence is infused within it as it clatters to the ground. And Oberon picks it up and twirls it a little bit, flips it in the air. And you see he goes like this and it reshapes itself into an orb just like it showed Matt. Thank you for the follow over on YouTube. And it shows the little watery orb with Nick inside it, looking a little bit confused, but also like not selling his bit. Thank you for the follow on YouTube as well. It's two. Much appreciated. And yeah, then the orb just kind of goes back into the dagger, and he puts it in the hand with the ring. And he goes, bring the other one. Thank you for the third follow on YouTube. Party on YouTube. Party on the YouTube. Another party on the YouTube.
Oh, goodness. Rock on.
Thank you. Thank you for all those follows on YouTube. It helps us. Definitely helps us. And you can watch live on there as well. We're on there. All of our RPGs are live. And all of our past episodes are on there. Up to a point. Up to like 2 or 3 years ago. They're all on there. He goes, you find the other one. Bring me the item. And we'll get them where they belong. Chat redeems mythic point / inspiration. Nick with another mythic. Hey, but I've run out of mythic points. Or the bonus ones, at least.
Now notice, that says for Nick, not Nikki.
I mean, he just didn't have the other I on there. Notice it doesn't say Nick with the C. There's no C in there. It's just N-I-K. He just meant N-I-K-K.
That's why maybe he's selecting it as a third.
Yes.
version.
Yes. The dice don't like matter, Brian, tonight. You could just take me out of the equation, just be like even or odd.
But how else will he torment us if? Well, I look at the orb, and then I look over at Matt. I guess we need to go back to your world to talk to Cosmonaut me.
Yeah. As soon as we get there, I should be able to radio him.
Okay.
Oberon goes, this version of you, Matt, you must focus on me when you transport the others. That way you can move through the... Nick is farting. What is the world where all the spirits reside?
Hunting grounds.
The hunting grounds. That way you can focus your travel through the hunting grounds and not through their worlds or this one.
I will do so.
And Brian kind of nods, and then, like, I'm assuming grasps your hand or something.
Yeah.
Other Nick goes, well, in for a penny, in for a pound. The other Nick puts his hand in. World of Darkness, Nick. In for a penny, in for a pound.
And then right before we blip out, Brian goes, wait a second, hunting grounds? And then...
Matt! And only Matt. God, it's been a while since I wrote this up since I put this together. You, in and of yourself, know in the end of your time, as you sit looking at the one thing the other you really cherishes a lot, which is this Stonehenge and the ancestry and history of it. Know deep down that, and I'm paraphrasing because Yellow Matt was never really under your control as a player. It was always an NPC. But sees things from a different lens. Sees the world from a different lens. But also here in this place, watches the loss of magic happen in a world, in the world. And feels a loss. A loss undescribed to people who have never had magic, who have never had power. And while diametrically opposite in every single way, the problem becomes, what is the opposite of being human? Because he's still human.
Mm-hmm.
But you are human. being diametrically opposed doesn't necessarily mean the same thing across the board. You can't have an exact opposite of everything.
Yeah.
Only of certain things. Beliefs, actions, capabilities, maybe. But why does he have a love for a yellow ring? Where does that come from? Did he read Yellow Lantern books?
Mm-hmm.
Did something atone for that? No. Because he's just a mirrored duplicate of you. He's not real. None of the things he is or was real. He was just a duplicate, a copycat, a mirror made by a mirrored version of you made by magic. But as he sits there and realizes he's in a world where magic has been taken, in his ultimate plan to take away the things that you care about, he realizes the things you care about and don't care about aren't the things that he cares about or doesn't care about. And in that moment, there's a realization that he exists in a world with no magic. Therefore, he should not exist. Yet he does. He does exist. And that realization becomes his unmaking. That realization breaks, shatters the mirror that he came from. Thank you, Michael Stealth, for the follow. Breaks his existence. And in that mere moment, he, much like Brian, also gets feedback. But a rush of feedback. Because where once he was never tied, now he realizes, and because he realizes, he always was just you. Tied through you, your duplicate. Matt in Galarian now has all the memories of Yellow Ring Matt, who is, in fact, another version of you, and you now get control of him.
Cool.
And he doesn't have to be tied to being opposite anymore. He's not forced like a god against its will to have to follow its tenets of what its worshippers believe in some worlds or what its portfolio states it has to be. He is his own version who can make his own choices and isn't forced by a magic mirror to be diametrically opposite to you. But what he does see is one of the last portals in this world closing. As the magic is torn from this world, a portal into the realm of the Fae, in the very center of Stonehenge, where a man stands at the other side, beckoning him. You are the key to saving everything. Not the other version. Not the one with the green, but you are the hero, if you choose to be.
Cool.
do you choose to go with?
Yeah.
That will give bonuses later on. Should you have chosen not to, Oberon would have forced you. The traveling of multiple worlds and multiple existences and seeing them, seeing the multiverse and having a greater understanding of it, changes a person and changes their perspective. Much like the astronauts of the Artemis have spoken on multiple occurrences. Seeing things that no human has seen, that is hard for the brain to comprehend, is life-changing and will alter your perspective on the universe. That was the key that I saw for being able to pull the Yellow Mat story in. Because he was a construct, but he doesn't have to be. He is Matt. He's just the darker side. In the world of Galarian, everything that just happened, you all immediately gain the memories of. You remember doing that? You remember those versions of you doing that? Brian, you, who knows what's going on, you know for a fact that the person in space isn't in space. You're in a Terminator droid.
Right.
Because you utilize feedback in Nick's car to be able to download yourself remotely into it.
That's right.
And now are a physical being, once again, without the handicaps of the undead, walking the planet. And by the way, I say Terminator droid, and I mean Terminator droid, not a what the hell's that scientist guy's name?
Not a Hellstrom.
Yeah, not a Hellstrom bot. Because you're an artifact from Hollywood that is a Terminator droid.
But it's just the metal skeleton one, right? It's
correct. Yeah, you don't have like a flesh body anymore.
Yeah.
And that, my friends, is mostly where I leave you. With, of course, the fact that you have this smoking monster daemon in front of you. Which, by the way, oops, I just closed out my Roll20. Oh well. Which, by the way, is not just a regular leucodaemon.
I figured as much.
Because, you know, you guys would smoke a regular leucodaemon. You probably will smoke this one as well with four paladins. And should you choose your new allies to also be part of combat, which you probably can because they're powerful enough, you probably smoke the leucodaemon. I will also
the four Smite Evils are going to be huge. Oh my god.
Yeah, they are all... Now, the paladins are undead Scourge paladins. So going against leucodaemon's not quite as effective, but still. Because I think their smite ability only works against undead. If I recall. But because there are 4 of them, I will give you each 2 to use next round. I will just copy their stats. Cool. So there will be you guys running yourselves, running your allies, running 2. Each of you will run 2 Knights of Ozum plus your Heartland Warriors components, all against 1 leucodaemon. I'm pretty sure that's something we can have you handle.
I'm excited to see these pallies.
Right.
Yeah, they're just pre-statted. They're pre-statted blocks. Pre-statted blocks. All right, let me see who is up, who is running, who is here, who is out there, who is doing stuff. First, I'm going to see if any of our regular people are doing role-playing. We don't have a lot of regular role players anymore. A lot of our role player people don't do the role players things anymore. You know, we're going to see how long they've been up. I don't ever get to raid them because they're not ever on long enough. And that would be a lot of fun. And now we're going to have...
that?
We're gonna do some fun here. We're going to have some fun here. Trance music. All right, guys. We're going to raid on out to one of our stream team members who I don't ever get to raid because they're a DJ. They do DJing. They're currently running some music over here on Twitch. We're going to raid on over to our friend DJ Huntress and share the love. Thank you for all of the raids, guys. Thank you for all of the fucking raids. We got all of the raids. All of the raids is Chibi Corgi coming in with a raid earlier today. Scarblade, our wonderful friend Scarblade, coming in with a raid. Fellow RPG friend Roll2Toke, aka Jetta Weedman, coming in with the raid with the Roll2Toke account. Higgy coming in with the raid. Thank you guys so much. All of you guys coming to the raid. Go and make sure to give them all a follow. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. We'll be back with some more tabletop role-playing next week. Will be Wednesday. We're going to be doing, I believe Tiny Tales is next week. The continuation of Tiny Tales resumes next week. So that's on Wednesday. I'll be back tomorrow at noon Central with some Ember Vale. Friday, I believe, is noon Central with some Windrose. So we got those coming on. Monday is podcast day with Pathfinder author Chris Jackson. He returns for his 3rd episode on Epic Realms. 3rd time. We love Chris. He's an amazing dude. An OG when it comes to podcasting and Epic Realms. He was originally supposed to be the 1st episode ever, and he turned out to be like 3 episodes. So it's awesome. Hello, Holly M. Not Holly M. Welcome on in. We're just about to head out. So guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. We're going to raid on out to our friend DJ Huntress, member of the Be Kinder stream team. She may or may not also be one of the devs for Riftopia, which we're going to go and check out. So they're going to be doing a dev stream coming up for Riftopia, so you definitely want to make sure to check out Riftopia as well. There's a little command to check out the Riftopia. We're sending her all the pings. She knows we're coming, because she gets a ping whenever her name or Riftopia is mentioned in my chat. So she knows we're coming now. She knows. So let's go listen to some music at DJ Huntress. Go over there, chill out, enjoy the rest of your evening. Take care. Good night, and we will see you all later on down the road. Have a great one, everyone.